So I mentioned this in the caption, but Comfrey contains a component called pyrrolizidine alkaloids. All right, those that's the component that will cause permanent liver damage. Now, this has been studied in mostly animals, like rats, rat studies. And you do have to take quite a lot of it for quite a long period of time for there to be any major liver damage. I'm not saying like that it's totally safe. Oh yeah, it's a BS study, because it is possible, but you really do have to, like, you'd have to be drinking a cup of tea, of Comfrey tea, probably every day for 6 months, a year or more, to actually get that kind of toxicity. And quite honestly, the only time I would even suggest you drink Comfrey tea is if you broke a bone. Like if you broke your bone, yeah, drink some Comfrey tea, because that's going to get the medicine internally into your body and help the bone heal. But you really only need to do that for maximum of 4 weeks, which isn't really going to be causing any liver toxicity. Now, most of what I do with Comfrey is topical, so like topical on your skin. And while it does obviously absorb into your skin and into your body that way, it's not usually, like, it takes a lot more of it to have that kind of toxicity. Like, I guess if you were rubbing Comfrey oil or salve directly on top of your liver every day for several months, then you probably would have something to worry about. But the general way that most people will utilize Comfrey, especially a Comfrey salve or something that has Comfrey in it, is going to be, oh crap, I hurt myself, I'm going to rub it on this, on my shoulder. I hurt my shoulder, I'm going to rub it on there, for like a month or two, and then it'll get better. And in all honesty, it doesn't even usually take that long, because Comfrey is so freaking amazing that it doesn't take that long to heal. Like a friend of mine, broke her bone. She broke her femur right before Christmas last year, and I said, hey, I'm going to give you a jar of my salve, and she started rubbing it on, and she was like getting close to walking within a couple of weeks. And so she came and bought another one, because she was like, hey, it's making me feel better and it's healing me faster. I was like, yeah, absolutely. So she healed a lot faster than normal. I've had person after person after person tell me, oh my God, this is the only thing that ever worked for my pain, or this is the only thing that worked to heal my, sprained arm or sprained ankle or whatever. I sprained my wrist back in July going roller skating, because I should not be roller skating over the age of 40, but I'm doing it anyway. And it took about a week, 2 weeks maybe, before my wrist was better. So you really, the thing you got to remember is, how long are you actually using the Comfrey topically? Like, it's a long-term use kind of thing. Now, that said, there is a different thing with the oral. I think somebody else asked a question about that, so I'm going to make another video about utilizing it orally. But because there are mucous membranes in your mouth and it's a whole thing. But general Comfrey application is either as a poultice, which is like where you take the herb and mash it up and put it directly on the skin, or you can mash it up and put it in like a piece of gauze or something like that, and then put that on the skin for about an hour or so at a time, or maybe as a tea or something. And just remember that the roots are way stronger than the leaves, so I usually work with the leaves. I will work with the roots a little bit sometimes if I need it. Sorry, this video is getting really long, but there's a lot to Comfrey. It's just think about how much you're actually working with this herb. Like, how much of the salve or the oil are you actually putting on or in your body, and how often, versus like how much it actually takes to have that kind of toxicity. It takes a lot. So it's generally a pretty safe herb. Just, don't be taking it internally for long periods of time. And by the way, I do go into this a little bit in more detail in my class, my Remedies from Nature class.